Some people don't control you by force. They control you by confusing your mind so deeply that you start obeying without even realizing it. These are the 7 darkest mind games they use to get inside your head. 1. Strategic inconsistency. The first mind game is the psychological whiplash that manipulative people rely on. They act warm one day and cold the next. They respond instantly today and ignore you tomorrow. They praise you during one conversation and subtly belittle you in the next. This unpredictability creates emotional instability. When you can't predict their behavior, your brain becomes hyper-focused on them, constantly trying to figure them out. And when someone controls your attention, they gain power over your emotions. You start working harder, showing more effort, becoming more accommodating, not because they earned it, but because your mind is trying to restore a balance they keep destroying on purpose. 2. Planted guilt. This is one of the manipulator's favorite tools. They twist situations in a way that makes you feel responsible for their mood, their disappointment, or their anger. Bracelets in a way that makes you feel like you failed them. They make indirect comments that imply you're selfish or inconsiderate. The truth is, the guilt they create is intentional. It's a mental trap designed to make you over-apologize, over-explain, and over-give. When someone can make you feel guilty at will, they can shape your behavior without raising their voice. Guilt becomes their remote control, and your emotional compliance becomes the price you pay to avoid feeling like the bad person. 3. Selective honesty. This tactic is extremely dangerous because it disguises manipulation as sincerity. They reveal something personal, admit a mistake, or confess a weakness, all to make you trust them more. But this honesty is not genuine, it's strategic. Once you trust their vulnerability, they slowly start mixing lies with truths. Barrett, you no longer question their words because your brain has already labeled them as open and honest. This creates a psychological blind spot. When someone earns your trust through selective honesty, they can deceive you with little resistance, because your guard is already down. 4. Identity erosion. This is the slowest and most silent mind game. It starts with small comments. You're too sensitive. You always overreact. You're not good at remembering things. They disguise these attacks as jokes, feedback, or just being honest. Over time, your self-image begins to bend. You question your abilities. You second-guess your instincts. You stop trusting your own perception. And once your confidence weakens, you subconsciously lean on them for reassurance. Identity erosion works because it doesn't break you instantly. It chips away at you until you no longer recognize who you were before they entered your life. 5. Rewriting reality. This is not always the dramatic gaslighting people talk about. Sometimes it's subtle. They change small details in conversations, deny things they previously said, or claim you misunderstood. They correct your version of events, not to help, but to confuse. Bit by bit, your trust in your own memory starts slipping. When someone convinces you that your reality is unreliable, you're forced to rely on theirs. Abandonment, the narrator of your life, the interpreter of your thoughts, the truth teller you unconsciously defer to. This is one of the strongest forms of control because it replaces your mental framework with theirs. 6. Emotional debt. This tactic looks like generosity but carries a hidden cost. They do something kind, help you, support you, defend you, but later they use it as leverage. Every favor becomes emotional currency. Every nice act becomes a psychological IOU. They'll remind you of what they did at the exact moment they want obedience. After everything I've done for you, you can't even do this. These people don't give out of goodness, they give out of strategy. Their kindness is a loan you never asked for, but somehow feel obligated to repay. And repayment usually means complying with their expectations. Controlled chaos. This is the manipulator's masterpiece. They create emotional storms, ignite arguments, or cause confusion, then position themselves as the only person who can calm things down. They destabilize your peace, then offer temporary relief to keep you attached. The chaos triggers anxiety. The relief triggers gratitude. This cycle becomes addictive because your nervous system is constantly switching between stress and comfort. Over time, you start associating them with both the pain and the solution. And that's the trap. Once someone becomes both the cause and the cure of your emotional state, they hold complete psychological power. Thank you for watching this video. Follow for more.